this for you. I do this for us. Me heartbeat for you, baby. You have my trust.
Hey guys, welcome to Life of Ruth. If this is your first time stopping by, you're welcome. So for today's video, we're cooking Liberian Jollof Rice, but college student edition. So as you can see, I have different ingredients that you're gonna need. If you don't have that, you can always use any type of seasonings that you have. For my meats, I have chicken breast. You can use any type of chicken you want, any type of meat, and I have beef. First, you want to wash all your meats to make sure it's clean. You want to take out all the packaging and papers that comes with the meat and throw it out. You want to make sure your meat is clear and washed. Next, you want to cut your meats into little chunks. You can pretty much cut it however way you want. I'm cutting mine into little chunks so it's easier for me to fry. I'm also going to cut my beef with my meat. I know some people like to separate the red meats from the chicken, but I'm just going to mix all mine together. After you're going to mix all your meats in a big bowl, next you're going to season your meat. I'm going to use 4 seasonings. I got most of my seasoning from Walmart. The other ones, I got it from the African store. I like using that seasoning because it's really good to give more flavor. Next, I'm going to add a little salt. Not a lot of salt unless you're cooking a lot of meat. I like to use my sazon to give it color to my meat. You could use your hands or you could use a spoon, but I like to use my hands because I can mix the meat pretty well. When your meat is done, you move on to your onions. For today's meal, I'm going to use 2 onions, but you can use as much onions as you want. You're going to cut the onions into little slices. After, you're going to put it in a bowl and rinse your onions. Next, you're going to start frying your meat. Start by pouring an oil in the frying pan, turning the stove on, and start frying the meat. Next, I'm going to fry my onions in a separate pot. That's how I'm going to make the stew for my jollof rice. Start by frying your onions or any other veggies that you want to add in there. Next, I'm going to season my onions. I like to season it a little bit before I add all my salt, all my water, or my chicken broth, or whatever sauce you want to add in. Next, I'm going to boil my rice. But I'm not going to cook it all the way because I'm going to let it cook a little bit. Then I'm going to add my sauce in there. Next, you're going to add tomato paste. I add about 5 spoons of tomato paste. After that, you're just going to stir it and make sure it mixes with the onions. You want to make sure everything is blended in. Next, I'm going to add my chicken broth instead of water. I usually add water in, but I feel like if you add chicken broth, it gives it like that chicken flavor. You just want to add enough chicken broth to make the stew, so when you pour it over the rice, you have enough. As you can see, I'm pouring my sauce over my half cooked rice. You want to make sure the rice is not fully cooked, but it's half cooked, so when you add the sauce, it can cook the rice and mix it together. Make sure you stir it pretty well that it blends in with the rice. You could add a little bit of chicken broth, or you could add water, whatever you want to do. I have 2 pots because I'm cooking 2 separate meals. You just want to stir it and make sure it's blended in pretty well. After your rice is cooked for a little bit, you want to add your mixed veggies and add your peppers. If you don't want to add your mixed veggies, you don't have to. You could just skip the steps. As you can also see, there's another pot on the fire. I'm in my college dorm, so I'm sharing a kitchen with one of my friends. After that, you just want to stir the rice and make sure the veggies is like mixed with the rice. After that, you want to cover it and get back to the other pot and stir it. I usually season my rice when I have like my veggies and my sauce together, just to like give it a little more flavor. You want to make sure you stir it completely so it doesn't burn underneath. As you can see, I'm adding another seasoning to my first pot. You just want to like stir it up and make sure it's like even. I'm going to use my African Maggi cube. If you don't want to use this seasoning, you don't have to, but like I grew up using this seasoning, so I'm going to use it. After that, you just want to like stir it completely so it mixes all the way in with the rice. As you can see, I'm stirring my second pot to make sure it's not burning. I'm adding my Maggi cube in my second pot. I'm sorry for the noise. Next, you just want to add all your meats that you previously fried. Want to make sure you mix your meat and your rice together so you have an even base. Next, this is a thing I'm pretty sure every African do, but I'm not sure. So you just want to put a plastic bag over your rice and make it dry a little. After that, you just want to serve it. And this is pretty much how you cook Liberian jollof. Well, this is pretty much how I cook it. Different people have different ways of cooking jollof rice. I hope you guys